Hello, 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 everyone. My name is Tamar Smithers. I am the Executive Director of the Virginia African American Cultural Center that will be located in Virginia Beach, serving all of Hampton Roads, as well as the entire Commonwealth of Virginia. We want to take a moment just to thank you all for joining us this evening for another installation of our virtual artist masterpiece series, The Renaissance Woman. Now, our mission is to collect, preserve, interpret, inform, and celebrate Virginia's African American history, culture, and community, and to educate the public about African American contributions in all areas of endeavor. So, healthcare, sports, science, arts, and culture. And we would not be able to do the programs and events that we do without our generous sponsors. So, I want to take a moment to thank our sponsors, the Virginia Beach Cultural Affairs, Arts and Humanities Commission, as well as Dominion Energy. All right. So we have a wonderful, wonderful program for you all this evening. I'm going to go ahead and jump right in and introduce our guest for the evening. Personal friend, one of my high school friends, but she is absolutely amazing, Lydia Caesar. She is a force to be reckoned with. Her presence commands your attention. Lydia wins you over with her honesty, bold lyrics, and of course, her unforgettably rich and sultry voice. Lydia is a singer, songwriter from Queens, New York, now living in Georgia. She has 3 albums released: her debut, Caesar, her sophomore album titled Queen of Hearts, and her latest EP, Legendary Love. All 3 bodies of work are available everywhere music is streamed and sold. Lydia's original music has opened doors for her to appear on major television networks such as BET, Fox, the CW, and she has also provided vocals for nationwide commercials, Vicks and Reese's Pieces, and has had songs placed in major motion pictures, Lion Gates films, I Really Hate My Ex, and Almost Paris. Lydia has had multiple songs featured on Bravo TV's hit franchise, The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Girls Trip, Dubai. The music video for Caesar's 2021 single, The Ones We Love, is currently in rotation on BET Soul and MTV Spankin' New. She has been blessed to perform all over the country and overseas as well, and has blazed the stage opening for powerhouse artists like Sierra, Trey Songz, Ashanti, Melanie Fiona, just to name a few. And we're going to go ahead and list the others: Patti LaBelle, Life Jennings, and many, many more. A highlight of Lydia's career was being asked to perform at the ASCAP Centennial Awards in 2015, where she sang her original song, St. Louis, which is one of my favorites, on the same stage as the legendary Stevie Wonder. She currently owns her own independent record label, Sauce Records, alongside her husband, Wavy Wayne. Together, they also have a podcast called Married to Music. In addition to this, they produce a concert series called the Center Stage Showcase while recording and releasing music on local indie acts. Always working, always evolving, Lydia made her national storytelling debut in December 2020 as a main stage storyteller for international radio show The Moth Radio Hour. The show took place in front of a sold-out crowd at the Sheldon Concert Hall in St. Louis and can be heard nationwide on stations like NPR. She is a phenomenal show host and has been hosting Music Forward, Live Nation's nonprofit Open Mic Fridays, a virtual performance show for the last 2 years, and also hosts and shows and events in person. Ladies and gentlemen, can you help me give a warm virtual round of applause for my friend, my sister, Lydia Caesar?
Thank you. It's so weird hearing your bio read. I did not know you were going to read that whole bio.
I know. I know how, and normally I don't, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and read all her accolades. I'm gonna read everything. So, because you deserve it.
Thank you for
Yes,
having
yes,
me. I'm excited.
absolutely. Well, every time I get a chance to highlight you and just showcase you and your amazing talent, that's what I'm gonna do.
Thank you. I
Awesome,
appreciate
awesome.
this is what it's what we need for real, people like
Exactly.
networking and staying connected to the people that you know that are doing good things. So I appreciate that so much.
Absolutely. I love you, girl. All right. So we're going to go ahead and introduce the first video of
Okay.
the hour, one of your performances, and it's your official video entitled Woman.
Yes. So excited for the people to see this. So should I introduce? Oh no, we're going to play it first.
and then
Okay.
we'll talk about it.
Okay. Ha, 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 no one in this world can do everything that you do. In the darkest of times, everybody turns to you. A queen on her throne, on top of the world. You had the magic in you from when you were a little girl. Take all I have, I'll still be the golden one, a woman. The whole world at my feet, the chosen one, a woman. The strength of a warrior is all she knows. The shadows try to hide her soul, but still she glows. A queen on her throne, she's unbreakable. She's love with the heart of an angel. So you could take all I have, I'll still be the golden one, a woman. The whole world at my feet, the chosen, a woman.
Yes.
Hey, thank you.
Oh my God. Absolutely love it. Just so
Thank you.
empowering.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and jump right into our conversation. You and I
Okay.
can talk all night, but I know we got some limited time, so we'll jump right in.
Okay.
First of all, tell us a little bit about Woman, and then talk to us about your journey. Like, what inspired you to become a performer?
Yeah. So Woman came about because I was asked to do a women's march in St. Louis. They have an annual women's march every year. And I was asked to perform, and it was virtual. It was like the year after the pandemic. You know, we were still, everyone was at home doing what they do. And they wanted me to do a song. And I had never done a woman's empowerment anthem, but I always wanted to. I really didn't know what song to perform. I didn't want to do a love song. I have so many love songs. And I said, you know, I want to create a song for this moment. And you know, I didn't really know who to reach out to produce it. It was just like it needed to be done quickly. So I said, I'm going to do this completely a cappella. And that's how I came up with the concept to just, you know, write the song and, you know, just make the beat with my mouth and snaps and stuff like that. And it really came out amazing. And the crazy thing is the scene with all the greenery and stuff, it was just supposed to be like a live performance of the song for the march. And I said, you know what? I'm going to turn it into a music video and actually release this song. So we actually shot some other scenes. You see the other women there with me. And I just really wanted us to have a moment because we do so much as women. We wear all the hats all the time.
Yep.
All of those words meant like were just from my heart, how I really feel about women. Like we are literally unbreakable. You know, no one in this world can do everything that you do, right? That's how it starts out. And even on the actual EP, there's like a little bit of an intro to it. And I really say every person walking this earth, every man, every woman came from a woman. So the power that we hold is so rich. And I wanted this to be the song you get up in the morning before you hit the gym, before you go to work. You play this, you blast it, and you like feel yourself, you know?
Right.
So that's what inspired it. And you know, it's my first a cappella song and it got a really great response. So it's out there. It's on my EP, Legendary Love. You can stream it everywhere. get into woman. Send it to somebody that you love, a woman that you love.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's woman. My
Okay.
journey. Wow, that's such a loaded question, right? How did I
Right.
get started? It's funny. I've been a singer my whole life. You have a phenomenal
Yes.
voice as well. We sang in
Oh, thank you, sis.
Cardozo chorus together.
Yes.
I've
Yes.
been singing since I was literally a tiny child, born and raised in the church. My dad's a pastor. A lot of you guys know that, and so I was always on stage per se, really in the pulpit, but I was always in front of a lot of people. I also
Right.
have a outgoing personality, so it's not, it's never a challenge for me to be on stage.
Right.
Um,
Right.
and so just I think getting my feet wet in church, singing in choirs, singing like, songs to my dad on his birthday every year at church really got me in a space of like being comfortable being on
Mm-hmm.
stage. Um, I didn't really get the bug to perform for people for their enjoyment until probably I was maybe around 12 or 13 in school, and I would sing, and the way people would just become so happy about it. Like they would tell
Mm-hmm.
everybody she can sing and sing for them. And I would sing Hero by Mariah Carey. And the way it would make people happy is when I really learned that it was a gift because
Yeah.
of how it moved people. Like it wasn't something that everybody could do, but it was just something that
Right.
came so natural to me. So as I grew up and got older, I decided it really wasn't until I got pregnant with my daughter, which is really crazy. Like that
Mm.
sparked such creativity in me. And that's when I started to like record and, write original songs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it just felt like something that kind of chose me.
Mm.
It was never, it never felt like unnatural or forced. It just felt like it was what I was supposed to be doing because I love to
Destined.
share. Yeah, I love to talk to people and share in that way. So it only made sense to button it all up together and sing
Yeah.
for people too.
Yeah. So I dug in the vault and we have a picture
Oh my
from us
goodness.
back in the day. Uh
Ooh.
and I don't know if
You can show
our
it. I don't
product
care. Oh,
yes, there we
oh
go.
my goodness.
So I am
Wow.
on the far left
Yes.
and Lydia is right in front of me to
With
the
this
right.
big old
Um,
smile.
girl, so this
My
is like what
Afro
was this
puff.
junior chorus? Junior
Yeah,
chorus.
we were so
Uh
young.
we were so young, what,
Yeah,
15, 16, getting ready for one of the concerts.
yeah, I
So
love
yeah,
that.
so when we say we go way back,
We
Lydia
go
and I
way
go
back.
way back.
I love it. I love
Yes.
it. That's so dope.
I was like, let me just throw that up there and surprise
Yes.
her. Anywho. So being an artist, oftentimes people only see the success, right?
Yeah.
They rarely see the work behind that success. And let's talk a little bit about your work ethic and what's your process as you approach preparing for performances,
hmm
songwriting, whatever, that may be.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. So, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, right? We hear that all the time. Blood, sweat, and tears. Blood, sweat, and tears.
Yes.
It's the most honest thing about this industry because it's an industry of so many closed doors. So
Yeah.
many. And you have to have that resilience to say, for every 10 doors that close, the one door that opens is going to be the one that's going to help me move along. And that's
Yeah.
literally how it is. It really only takes one door to help
Right.
you move to the next level. So I always tell artists, if you are doing this because you want to be rich and famous, don't do it because it's a hard road. There's going to be way more times where you have to do it because you love it, because
Mm.
all of that, the riches and the fame hasn't come yet. So you have to stick it out. If you do it for that, you're going to experience burnout. And
Yeah.
I've also found ways to be successful and to do this as a career. Not everybody's going to be the super famous artist. Don't get it twisted.
Right.
That's my goal, right?
Right.
I want to
Right.
get there and I believe I'm going to get there.
Yes.
But
And
at
you
the
will.
same time, on like the journey is is the part, right? The journey is really what
Right.
matters. So it's important to preserve your mental so that you don't burn out, to
Mm-hmm.
preserve your gift, right? Your voice. So I also
Yep.
do, I teach voice lessons and I give like artist advice on YouTube and Instagram and stuff, just teaching artists how to have that longevity because it really is a long game. So,
Right.
one of my like pre-show routines, like it's all about preserving my mental. So I make sure that like, first of all, for a whole week before the show, I don't drink any alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do any caffeine. Alcohol and caffeine both dry out your cords. I am a girl who loves a cocktail. I love a
Yes.
cold brew in the summertime as
Yes.
well. Like that's me. But you know, I know that for my voice to be in tip top shape, at least 7 days before, I shouldn't be in taking these things. So I make sure that I like do things like that where I really practice my discipline. I work out almost every day. Even if it's just for 15 minutes, cardio is really great, good for your lungs, so that
Mm-hmm.
you have that breath control and stamina while you're on
Right.
stage. Um, I drink so much water, like so
Yes.
much water. There's something that people really don't know. It takes 4 hours before water that you're drinking actually gets to your vocal folds, your vocal cords, to hydrate them.
Wow.
So yeah, so the water you're drinking on stage is not hydrating your cords. It may wet your palate, wet your whistle a little bit to help you for sure, but it's
Right.
not giving your cords that hydration that it needs. So it's important for us to just constantly be in a state of hydration.
Mm-hmm.
I say swap out your sodas and your juices and just drink water. It's going to really help keep you hydrated most of the time, which is what you need on stage. So, on show days, I'm drinking tons of water and leading up to it. I'm doing as much vocal rest as I can. And vocal
Yeah.
rest, it means not talking, which is one of the best ways to preserve your voice. If you can really just, if the day before your show you can like vocal rest almost all day, that's great as well. So that's something that I try to do. um,
Mm-hmm.
and then make sure that I have a really great sound check. When it's time to sound check, vocal rest is over, I go full out. It's time to make sure the levels are right, the show is going to be legit. If you have a legit sound check and you really go full out, that's one mistake I think a lot of artists make, is they hold back at sound check, they try to save it,
Yeah.
and you need to hear what it's going to sound
Yeah.
like full
Yeah.
out.
If your
And then,
monitors are working right, all of that, right?
okay, and if you skip that step, then when you're full out on stage, you're trying to figure out what's going on with the sound, and it's like your sound check was your moment, but you kind of skipped it by holding back. So so those are just some of my practices that I've learned over the
Mhm.
years. Bad experiences have taught me some of these things, right? We like to show our
Yeah.
highlight reel on social media, but I've had a
Right.
few bad sound checks where I learned, like, okay, this is obviously my time to really be vocal. It's not the time to be acting shy and like you don't want to tell
Right.
people what you want. Tell that sound man what you
Yeah.
want.
I need more
I
vocals.
I need more
I need more
vocals.
keys.
Okay, I need can I have some more reverb? Whatever it is that's
Hello.
gonna make the moment what you need it to be, you have to learn to be vocal.
Yeah.
So those are just some of the things that I've implemented along my journey.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that with us. I just want to take a
Yes.
moment to engage our viewers. We
Okay.
will be looking at comments, and we will have a Q&A discussion at the end. So if you have questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments. If you have comments, drop them in there. We definitely want to make sure that you stay engaged throughout tonight's program. And I saw a shout
Yes.
out from somebody, Dr. Shani
Earlier.
Chandler Dozo. Shout out Dozo.
Hey, Dozo in the
Hey, Dozo
house.
in the house.
I love it.
Yes. Okay. So, you are a recording artist. You talk about performing live. Tell us a little bit the differences or the nuances between performing live and recording in a studio. And then which do you prefer,
Oh,
if
that's
there is
really
one?
hard.
I know, right?
Um, so I will say, the the rush of being on stage in front of people is unmatched.
Hmm.
You can't compare to like being able to see people receiving your gift. It's just
Hmm.
like it's a blessing. It gives you a high, all of that. Now the studio does have those special moments too, because you're actually in the creative part, like the part that you're going to then present to people. It's
Yeah.
that time to really create. If I had to choose, I would choose performing live. Like if I had no choice, like you have to pick one or the other, that's what I would choose, just because that connection is so powerful. But I would be devastated if
Absolutely.
I couldn't record anymore, because
Yeah.
being in the studio is just another kind of high. And it's different. The One of the main differences is that you get more than one chance.
Right.
Okay, like that's a
Run that back.
part.
Run that back.
Run it back. Let
Let
me
me
take
try
that
that
again.
again.
Yeah,
Right.
you get the opportunity to really make the song how you want it to be,
Right.
right? So
Right.
that's one of the amazing things about being in the studio, is that perfectionist itch that a lot of us have as artists. You get to really scratch that in the studio.
Yeah.
Um, it's a different type of vocal delivery too. I think when you are recording, at least for me, I try to get a lot more like a clean and I don't want to say simple, but I like to simplify more
Yeah.
so that people can really grasp it, and
Yeah.
sing along. Sing along
Right.
ability is really big. And like I said,
Right.
it doesn't mean that you dumb the performance down, but it's just, you may do like more runs and intricate things when you bring it to live, to on stage,
Right.
that you
Right.
might leave out in the studio. A lot of times in the recording studio, less is more,
Yeah.
and you don't want to always crowd up the track with so much. But when you're on stage, the bass can do a more funky line, and the drummer can do more fill-ins, and you can do more
Yeah.
runs, and you can fill up that space a little bit more. You still don't want it to ever be like messy. um
Right.
and then what they both require, to me, is super preparation.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important for you to even go into the studio prepared. Now, if you have like a home studio, right, where you can just mess around and vibe out, then you may not need to go in prepared. You can take your time to just kind of like feel what's going on and create and take, who cares, 10 hours. But if you're like
Right.
most artists who are on a time crunch and you're booking studio time and you're paying for it, it's important to have your song ready to go so you don't
Yep.
waste your time.
Exactly.
So being like extra prepared, knowing the song, how you're going to deliver it, like really learning it before you get into the studio, so that when you cut it, it's not the first time. Because what
Right.
what can happen is you can record the song for the first time and then go
Right.
home and listen to it and feel it, and when you really get to know it, you're like, man, I could do this so much better.
Yeah. I wish I would have added that, or
Yeah.
oh, now I'm
Yes.
hearing this, and
Yes.
darn.
Yep. So if you take the time to, like, even if you have GarageBand on your computer, like record some
Yeah.
scratch vocals, record it really rough, listen to it, become connected to the song, so that when you record, it is the best version of the song, like that
Yeah.
thing inside out. So that's
Yeah.
a tip. And I also feel that way about performance too. I
Mhm.
Especially as an educator, like I teach my students all the time, what's going to get rid of your nerves half the time is you being prepared.
Yep.
Every show I've ever been like deathly afraid, where I'm like shaking and trembling, I'm
You ain't
not
prepared.
ready. I'm not
It's like,
ready. I don't know this song
I could have did
that
a little bit
good.
more.
Okay, I don't. Do I need the lyrics? Do I need a lyric sheet?
Right.
How does the
Right.
bridge go? I never really worked the kinks out. This is a real thing. Like
Yeah.
that's the cause of most artists'
Yep.
stage fright, and they don't even
Yep.
realize that you're not prepared. If you would just take
Absolutely.
a little bit more time to prepare, sing the
Mhm.
whole song innocent. Don't save that scary high note for the stage.
You
Okay,
better
don't.
hit it when you
You
get
better
to
hit
the
it in the
stage.
right. Hit it at home. Hit it in the shower. Like, make sure that you know it. You know, don't the I'll have it by show. None of that. That's like
Mhm.
what, like, artists at rehearsals all the time. Oh, I'll have it by show. No,
I'll
you
have it
need
by
to
show
have it by now.
now by
And then
yesterday.
yes, and then you're going to give a great performance. So
Yeah.
there are so many similarities, Of course there's differences as well, but for me those are my main takeaways from both of those amazing experiences.
Awesome, awesome. Well, listen, we are enjoying speaking with you, Lydia. We are going to go ahead and transition a little bit in our program this evening, and we'll bring you
Okay.
back in a few minutes, okay?
Okay, I'll be
All
here.
right, all right. So, everyone, just thank you all so much once again for joining us for another installation of our Virtual Artist Masterpiece series. What we like to do is give you all a little glimpse into what the future cultural center is going to look like and the significance and the impact that it's going to have. And normally we showcase our full rendering video, but I digged in our archives and I found a video of some community members, some elected officials speaking about the project not too long ago. And I wanted to highlight that video because I think it speaks to why it's so important, not only for Virginia Beach, but for Hampton Roads, the entire Commonwealth, and the nation as a whole. Some people have transitioned into other positions. Actually, one of the members who is on the advisory council in the video is now a board member. But I just wanted to give you all a glimpse to what the cultural center is going to look like so you can see the vision and get on the journey with us. Enjoy.
I think it is very significant, will be life changing because, especially for our youth, especially as a repository for our elders, and to tell the history of African Americans, tell the unfiltered, engage in an unfiltered experience where we can have a safe place, community can gather, they can celebrate, they can learn more.
I'm in commercial real estate. I'm in my 36th year. And so I've seen a lot of buildings, a lot of cities, and I've seen a lot of museums around the world. And presentation and building appeal really sells. And this is about as good as I've ever seen. We talk about equity and inclusion and leveling the playing field. Well, that's a lot of talk. This is walking the walk.
The building and launching of the African American Cultural Center here in Virginia is going to be phenomenal as an opportunity for residents here in the city of Virginia Beach, but on a broader scale across the state of Virginia to come and be a part of learning and reconnecting with the culture that is of the African diaspora. The community that it's going to be located in is an African American community, and it's going to create a catalyst for growth in that community beyond the actual the center itself.
They are ready for this African American Culture Center. Being able to see the artifacts, to hear the stories, to even see the images. I'm really proud that this is happening, and I am positive that this African American Culture Center will play a great and vital point in our education system.
The Virginia African American Cultural Center is a key priority of the Virginia Beach's Arts Plan 2030. It's our strategic plan for the arts and culture in Virginia Beach. Arts Plan 2030 was created in 2015 to ensure the forward expansion of opportunities in arts and culture, solidifying Virginia Beach's presence as a premier cultural destination. Building this space for African and African American programming, community gathering, and resources is critical to growing a truly inclusive city that welcomes and supports all visitors and citizens alike.
Anytime that you engage with someone who looks differently, speaks differently, has different abilities, you grow better human beings.
The African American Cultural Center and the development of such a center is something that I think that is not only needed, but it's an important facet. We need to become more understanding and inclusive and active in. We need to all be active in learning what we can instead of assuming what we may not know.
I have an interest in getting to know our history. I think my peers right now have that interest, very strong interest in getting to know history. So I think that it's easier for us to be able to make it known for others. And I think we seek a way to go ahead and find that easy accessibility.
From where I sit on city council, the significance comes mostly as a place to bring our community together, particularly at the site where this one is, will be a great place to bring not just the African American community, but the entire community together.
I think that particularly in the state of Virginia, since we're the first state to have enslaved people come and live here, and our communities were built by African Americans, I think it's important for us to be able to understand our history and to be able to have it told by people who look like us.
This center will be a place for us to learn a bit more about who we are. This center will be a place for us to be, just to be a little bit more open-minded about what Virginia really stands for, in my opinion.
Wonderful. So as you all can see, this institution, this cultural center, is going to be absolutely phenomenal and have such an impact, a significant impact across the Commonwealth, but for our nation as a whole. So just wanted to give you all a sneak peek, some glimpses into what it will be looking like once we do break ground. And I want to give you just a couple of things that we're focusing on this year. We're focusing on 3 things: laying a strong foundation as we continue on our journey to opening, because it is a journey, but every day we're moving the needle forward towards that opening. Launching our capital campaign later this year. More to come on that. Stay tuned for more info on that later this year. And then finally, more programming and more of a presence on our future site at 744 Hampshire Lane, which is at the intersection of Newtown and Diamond Springs Road. I think it's really important for the community to see the investment and the buy-in that we have, but also that engagement that we want with them, to have more activity and more things happening on the site itself. So as mentioned, just wanted to give you all a sneak peek of what is to come with the Cultural Center. I will say it again and again. If you're not following us on all of our socials, please do so, like and subscribe. At this time, we're going to go ahead and jump back into our featured guest of the evening, Miss Lydia Caesar. We're going to highlight one of my favorite songs.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's my favorite song. So
Yeah.
when I reconnected with Lydia after high school, I think it was a few years after that, her and I reconnected, and I heard this song and I was absolutely blown away. It is my favorite song. It is a love song. And I'm not going to speak too much more to it. It is called St. Louis. She is performing it live, and we're going to go ahead and check it out, and then we'll finish our conversation.
And he told me he was from St. Louis. I had never ever met a guy or anybody from St. Louis. And I became like really infatuated with him. Like early on, it was a few dates and I was like sprung or whatever. And I had a session and I was like inspired. And I said, you know, I'm gonna write a song about this guy. If nothing else, I'm gonna get a song out of this situation. Who knew where it was going? I wasn't sure. So I wrote this record and I really fell in love with it. And I wanted him to hear it, but I was nervous. I was like, man, this is gonna freak him out. But I played it for him anyway. Early, listen, 4 dates into the relationship, I played him this song. And when I knew I had a real one is when he was like blown away. He was like, I mean, I'm guessing he was probably feeling himself like, okay, I did that. But he loved the song, and you know, he said that's the type of music that he really could get with, is real and raw. So fast forward, it's now almost 9 years later. Y'all know we married, y'all know. Okay, I'm his whole life. I live here in St. Louis. And it's one of my favorite songs to this day to perform. So we're gonna kick the show off with some St. Louis action, y'all. His charm that lights up the town. His smile lifts me up when I'm down. he said, baby, yeah. He told me that he had traveled from far away. We hung out and he opened my door. I spent the night, then he woke me back home. I ain't used to this kind of man. He caters to me, he understands. He ain't afraid to say, baby, I need you. I need him to, yeah. I kiss every mile that goes in my way. St. Louis, I love you. You fit the perfect man. St. Louis, I love you. I finally understand. The rocket wasn't in my backpack, and I know he had to travel something from afar. St. Louis, I love my St. Louis. His style is so Midwest. He's polite and he cooks the best. So in love with this country boy. Hold me tight, kiss me right, brings me so much joy. He ain't afraid to say, baby, don't leave me. I won't leave you, fool. No. Oh, God bless your miles and run in my way. Yeah. St. Louis, I love you. You fit the perfect man. Yeah. St. Louis, I love you. I finally understand. I want you working in my backyard. Had to travel to come afar. St. Louis, I love my St. Louis. Take me to the bridge, and my baby's gonna take me there. Said he wants to show me how much he gets, gonna meet his mama and his cousins too. We gon' make sweet love any good time or two. Hey, yeah, I'm going to St. Louis, going up St. Louis. Hey, yeah, I'm going to St. Louis, I'm going to St. Louis. St. Louis, I love you. You sit the perfect man. St. Louis, I love you. I finally understand. Like it wasn't in my backyard. I had to travel to come afar. St. Louis, love my St. Louis. I love my St. Louis. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Woo. Thank y'all.
My fave. Amazing.
Thank you. It's mine too, actually.
Yes,
It really is. And that says a lot because, you know, as artists, you like all your songs are your babies. But that one is really special. And it's amazing how people, you know, it's such a specific song. I never thought that people would connect to it the way they do.
Yeah.
But people love that song.
Girl,
it's
I
crazy.
remember back in the day, I was dating somebody and I just kept it on repeat. I'm not dating them no more.
Okay, ooh, but you got a new.
I'm dating my St. Louis now. I'm dating my St. Louis now.
And I love that for you. You deserve that. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, I love it.
All right. So, you know, over the course of your career, I am sure you have had successes and challenges. What are some of the biggest challenges and successes that you've experienced?
Yeah. Oh, this is a good one. So let's start with the challenges. There's so many highs and lows, right? And like I mentioned before, like if you're not careful, you can start to burn out in this career. And what I learned along the way is the importance of intrinsic values, right? Values that what you're doing in your career do not define you. You are who you are regardless of what's happening in your life or what your job title is or what you have, this is a very what have you done for me lately type of industry, right? So when you learn intrinsic values, like things that make you valuable are not tangible. They are things that are inside of you, who you are as a person, outside of the music industry. Is that when I really grasped that is when everything changed for me. So one of the biggest lows I would say of my career thus far is I did the show The X Factor in when was this? 2016, maybe 2017, and I did really great. Like I made it far on the show. Like I actually performed St. Louis in front of Simon and L.A. Reid and Britney Spears and Demi Lovato. And I made it. I got all 4 yeses. Okay. Simon said yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay. Of course.
That was when I was wearing my big afro with my bow, and Britney Spears was like, "Oh my God, I love your bow. Like you are so cute." L.A. Reid was like, "We do shows like this to find stars like you." Like literally, that's what he said. It was like a moment. Like to me, it was my made it moment. So then, you move on to the next round, and then you go to a city. So the city for that show was Miami. So they flew us all to Miami. We stayed at the Fontainebleau. It was like super dope, and they broke us up into groups, and we did all different performances and everything. And I did 2 phenomenal performances. And at the end of the first round, they cut me. And they cut so many good singers and so many talented people. I just couldn't understand why, right? And so since they cut me, they cut everything. So like my whole audition of me singing St. Louis, everything, they never aired it. Because if they aired it, people would be like, why did she go home? But it's TV. And they want a show. They want you to have some kind of drama going on, and they pushed and tried to get me like, did you go through anything difficult in your life? And I was just like, I've had a good life. I don't know what to say. Like,
I grew up in the church, honey.
I ain't finna lie. I mean, it's been good. God has been good, and that I guess that wasn't enough. So the low of coming off of that, because there was a big gap between like my audition and then when I, it was like maybe like a week between the audition and then when you go to Miami for the next for the next segment of the show. And so in my mind, like that audition went so well. If nothing else, at least people were going to get to see that, and nobody got to see it. So that was I was really depressed after that. And it was extra hard because nobody knew, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's not like if you make it on the show and you're going and you're singing and then you get sent home, people may understand like your sadness or whatever, like, oh, she just came from a difficult thing, but nobody even knew. It's like it never happened. It was like none of that ever happened. And that was hard. It was like a real just eye-opening moment for me to like what I said, realize that like I am still who I am. I'm still amazing despite the fact that I was just a pawn in a TV show to them. It didn't matter. Like the pieces had to make sense for the show. Right. And by the way, that's a show that came from. The you ain't gotta go to work. That group. It's those girls.
I can't think of their names now. But I know who you're talking about.
Normani is from that group. Camila Cabello is. They were all like Normani and I were like on the bus together talking and chilling. Like that group that they literally put that group together on that show. They came as solos and they put them together. Wow. And then those 2 artists broke away and became really successful. So it was a moment in time, and I learned from it, and I gained from it, and I, maturity taught me that everything is stepping stones and blocks to get you where you need to be.
Yeah.
And then, oh my God, I've had so many career highs, like performing at the Essence Festival. Like the first year they had this center stage at the Essence Festival, I was asked to performing at the ASCAP Awards and getting to meet Stevie Wonder. He told me I was amazing and never stopped singing songs about love. Hearing my songs on TV shows, those have been some really highs for me. Winning the ASCAP Collective, that was a big moment for me. I could really go on and on. I've opened for so many people who have been like inspirations to me. So there's been so many affirming moments, like you are on the right path, more than just that one heartbreak. And not just one. I mean, I've had others, but that was like probably the biggest one. But there's, it's a road paved with bumps and smooth roads and bumps and smooth roads. I mean, it's like life,
Yeah.
Like, and that's why I say you have to be in it for the long haul, because it's not a quick fix.
Right.
And nothing really that's worth it is.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
So
And let me tell you, while you were celebrating your successes too, your family, your people, your supporters, your sisters, like I remember being at home and I heard one of your songs on probably Real Housewives of Atlanta or something. I was like, oh my God, that's Lydia.
Yeah.
So while you're celebrating, know that we are celebrating you as well. And we're just so proud of you.
Thank
you. So proud of you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
It means a lot to me.
So you talked about wearing many hats, right?
Yes.
And we do as women. You're a professional recording artist, actress, businesswoman, mommy, wife.
Yes.
How do you balance it all? And is there an element of those that you love most? Which, I mean, mommy and wife, top tier, right?
Of course.
Is how do you is there balance? I'm coming to realize there really isn't balance.
That's my husband has that, there's no such thing as balance. Something is always going to take, something like, okay. So it's, first of all, the first thing I'm going to say is it's hard. Okay.
Yeah,
it is
I got you.
hard work. Just really trying to do it all is hard. And then being successful at doing it all is even harder, right?
Yeah.
Because they're all full-time experiences. So what I've learned is to just make small lists, check them off little by little. I have learned that you have time. As an artist, you don't have time. Like, it's like now, it has to happen now, it has to happen now, it has to happen now. It doesn't. We're in the social media age where literally your career path can pop off at any stage. Okay. It's not like it used to be where like once you hit like 25, it was over. You were never going to make it. Somebody can find you tomorrow based on the hard work you're putting in. Right. So the playing field has really been leveled. So that's first. Know that you have more time than you think. Do the work. Do the work little by little. Etch away at that doggone stone, because there's success on the other side, but you have to consistently do the work. Like, for example, like a year ago, I really wanted to be doing voice lessons. Like, I knew I should be doing them. I had done them on and off throughout my life, but I got to a place where like I knew I should be doing like a lot of virtual lessons, but I just had nothing set up. I didn't have like my website set up. I didn't have a way for people to book, and people were reaching out to me, like DMing me and texting me like, "Hey, do you do voice lessons?" And I just didn't have anything in place to like schedule. And I had my baby Amara, and then during some of this, I was pregnant with Amadi, and nothing is like just in place. But I just said, just thinking about trying to get everything in place was so overwhelming. I just kept putting it off and putting it off.
Yeah.
And I was finally like,
that's
okay.
what happens sometimes.
Yeah. I was like, one step at a time. So got my website together, created a page for voice lessons, and created a I troubleshot. I went through a couple different ways to book. I landed on something called Calendly, and I set that up.
Yes.
Then
Mhm.
I, made sure that my payments could be accepted, and then I made a schedule on the calendar. And all of this probably spanned like 4 months. You would think that you could just do this in a day, but when you're like
Right.
moving and pregnant and mommy and everything, it's like it took time.
Yeah.
But I got it done. And now here we are. I incorporated my business for it. I have the website. I'm getting clients. I'm booking people. It's a well-oiled machine now. So the takeaway from that is Rome wasn't built in a day.
Listen. Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
It's going to take time. But the thing about time is it's going to pass anyway.
Yep.
So start and do little pieces. Write a list. And if you get one thing on that list done that day, good. You can check it off and then move on. Add something else to the list and just keep on doing that. And your list will start to become smaller and smaller. And you'll
Right.
also start to be able to add new things to it and get things done.
Yep.
And take the moment. If you're exhausted and you need a minute, just say, you know what, I'm not doing it today. Today's
Yep.
going to be all about the kids. I'm not going to try to, put them down and get some work done. Today, it's going to be about them, and then
Yes.
when you're feeling motivated and inspired, then, be a super mom, get them down to a
Yes.
nap, get an hour of work in, then set them up, get on the bike or whatever you got at home and do a workout, then
Yeah.
make a snack and then have that conference call on the side. Like there are those days where it's like you literally feel like you're going crazy, but just know that it's all about, the balance is some days I'm going to be able to do this and some days I'm going to need to take the rest and some days I'm going to
Yeah.
need to delegate and just
Yeah.
literally little by little pick away at it and
Yeah.
you'll be fine.
Yeah, it makes me think of that saying, so I used to be like, oh, she believed she could, so she did. And I'm like, yes, yes. But now I'm starting to see she believed she could, but she was tired, so she took a nap.
Yeah.
So I got a
Period.
candle and it has period.
That
Period.
part. That is, because that is so important to our
Yeah,
mental health
yeah.
and like to being better is
Yeah.
like resting when you need to rest.
Yeah.
Like, ma'am,
yeah.
you need to rest, sir.
Yeah.
Get that rest. Like it's for your health, and it's gonna make you
Absolutely.
better when you come back well rested. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And before we transition to the next part of our program, you mentioned something. It's good for our mental health. May
Mhm.
is Mental Health Awareness Month.
Ooh.
So talk to us a little bit about how you use music to promote your overall health and wellness.
Yeah. First of all, I like to be an example of somebody who is walking in their gifts. And I
Mhm.
think that's really strong for your mental health is like to first figure out why you're here, right? What is your
Mhm.
purpose? What does that look like? Like, what do you want to leave in this world? And to be brave enough to execute that. I
Yeah.
think a lot of people fall into mental health crisis because they're not happy. They're not really living in their divine purpose. They're not doing what they were intended to do. They feel
Mm.
stuck.
Mhm.
So it's important to find, if you don't know what that is, to find it out
Yeah.
and to also watch and follow and associate and surround yourself with people who are doing that.
Right.
Because the company that you keep and the what's constantly coming into your eyes and ear gate is very, very important, and it's going to help you choose what you want for your life. It's going to help dictate what you do sometimes because we are products of our environment.
Exactly.
So the first thing that I really pride myself in is and not that this makes everything okay, but it really lightens the mental load when you know that you are doing what you're here to do and you're making an impact. So find out what that is for yourself and how you can bring value to this world because it's going to help to fulfill you. And then I'm a storyteller. So in my music, first of all, even if it's like a love song that's bad, like about heartache or whatever, there's always
Mhm.
some redeeming quality there that
Yeah.
that leaves you triumphant, that teaches you a lesson. I want to make music that heals people
Yeah.
because music is so powerful. So, and listen, everybody's different, but there's a lot of music that that promotes like toxicity and like toxic behavior. And there's a lot, just so much. And so I want to just be different from that. And no matter what it is that I'm sharing, there's always going to be something for you to take away that's going to be positive and uplifting and, you know, possibly help you heal, even if it's in a funny way or in like, you know, just something that may feel like heartbreak. On the other side, it shows, you know, my lyrics and my delivery will show that there's a way to become better. And I just think that that's a big part of what I want to do with my music, is make sure that I'm able to be an outlet, to be that encouraging light in a dark place. So
love it. Love it. Awesome. Well, listen, we are enjoying the conversation. We're going to keep it going. We're going to do another transition, but I'll bring you back in just a couple minutes. So hang tight. Don't go nowhere.
I'll be right here.
All right. Wonderful. At this time, I would love to bring to our virtual stage our board of directors vice chair, Dr. James Bonds, who is going to talk to us a little bit about in ways in which you can support the Cultural Center. Some of you have seen the renderings, the significant impact that it's going to make, but you may be wondering how you can support us. So I'm going to turn the floor over to Dr. James Bonds, and he's going to give us a little bit of information and ways in how you can support us.
Thank you very much, Tamara. And I'm really enjoying this program. Lydia Caesar is amazing. So I just want to share briefly, if you are already a member of the Virginia African American Culture Center, if you already been a member, I'd like to encourage you to renew your membership. If you're not a member, I'm gonna give you ways to join the membership of the VAACC Virginia African American Cultural Center. Individually, annually, $25 a year. If you are really by yourself and want to get involved with the VAACC, you can join our organization at $25 a year. And we'll talk a little bit about what encompasses that membership. If you're a family of four, that's going to cost you $100 a year. That includes your husband, your wife, your kids, whoever you want to join in that membership of four people. There's other levels of membership. We call them the corporate level sponsorship membership. That's a silver, that's a gold, that's a platinum, and there's a diamond, and that encompasses between $1,000 and $5,000 a year. Those benefits, including the $25 a year membership, includes a thank you card, a welcome letter, a biannual newsletter, e-newsletter that we'll send out, invitations to events such as what you're enjoying this evening, and special discounts. So those are just examples of you will receive at a $25 level, at a silver level, a gold, platinum, and diamond. And there's other discounts that come with that. So you have to visit our website to get the whole levels and whole tiers, if you will, for those memberships. Now, we're on our journey. We've been on this journey since 2015 with this, the VAACC, but we've been diligently involved with serving the community through various programs and events. So to help us continue this, we urge and we ask that you do get involved through membership and through other donations once you go on our website. And our website has been displayed on the program throughout this evening. But if just to let it to know what it is, it's VAACCVB.org. So if you go to that website, and you can see the various levels of membership. So please, I urge everyone to visit our website and please become a member of this organization, because we are making some very, very good strides as we go. So for further ado, I want to get back to Miss Lydia Caesar. So I'm gonna pass it back to Tamara. So Tamara, Back to you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Bonds. Appreciate you. Make sure you support. Membership. All right. So we are going to go ahead and continue with our program. At this time, we have another special treat for you, another video that we're going to highlight. And I think it's extra special because this is Lydia singing with her daughter. So we're going to go ahead and highlight this video, and then we're going to jump back into some more conversation with Lydia right after.
Lift me up, hold me down, keep me close, safe and sound, burning in a hopeless dream. Hold me when you go to sleep. Keep me in the strength of your love when you depart. Keep me safe and sound. Lift me up, hold me down, keep me close, safe and sound. Drowning in an endless sea, take some time to stay with me. Keep me in the strength of your arms. Keep me safe and sound. Lift me up, hold me down, keep me close, safe and sound, burning in a hopeless dream. Hold me when you go to sleep. Keep me safe. We need light. We need love. Oh, lift me up in your arms. I need love. I need love. I need love. Hold me. 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 We need light. We need love.
Girl, you got me like tearing up over here.
Oh,
I was
that's so great.
that is just so beautiful. I think I texted you at like midnight. I'm
Right.
sorry. And I was like, girl, I'm over here tearing up. But it's
so
just
crazy.
beautiful. Oh my God.
And that's what everybody says. Like, that video has 14 million views on TikTok.
Yeah. Oh,
And
that's
like
amazing.
250,000 on YouTube. And it's so crazy. Like, man, we did a duet for my mom's birthday, my mom's 70th. We did Rise Up by Andra Day. And we did it for my mom's 70th Zoom party.
Yeah.
And we filmed it my husband did the recording and filmed it, and we played it on her Zoom. And one day I just didn't have content to post, and I was like, oh, I have this duet with Kay. Let me post a little piece of it. So I posted that, and that went super viral. Like within 2 days, we had 1 million views, and I was like, "What? I'd never had 1 million views on anything yet on TikTok." And then, like a week later, Instagram reached 1 million, and then they both just grew. Like the Andra Day one got like 7 million on YouTube. I mean, on Instagram, and 6 million on TikTok.
That's crazy.
So I was like,
we gonna
do another one. So we did that.
Come on,
one.
what else can we sing together?
Okay. And my daughter and I we sing together all the time. We did Hallelujah, which we put out on YouTube like 2 years ago.
I've seen that too.
So I brought that back. And then we did, here they are.
That's the Andra Day one, right?
Yeah. So we just did a few more. And every time we post them, they go viral. Like people love to, and it's funny to us because we are so like we kind of think it's cheesy, right?
Meanwhile, I'm over here like,
no, but not so just beautiful. You. Like, obviously, the world, because like when you add all the numbers, like 20 million people have watched us sing, and the comments are like, I'm crying, I have tears in my eyes, this is the most beautiful thing. So it's not y'all, it's us. We're the wrong ones. Like my daughter is always like, oh, is this cheesy? But like we're holding hands. She's like, this is so corny. And I'm like, it is so corny, but the people want it.
So beautiful. Yes. Gotta give the people what they want. But it's so beautiful, and it's so endearing. And she is your legacy, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So when we think of legacy, I mean, you're living legacy, right? You're living that now. We want to ensure that we're making an impact for generations to come, and you're doing that, right?
Yeah.
So aside from your baby girl, what do you want your legacy to be?
Ooh, that's such a hard question. But first of all, I really want people to look at me and see more than me. I want them to see love. I want them to see God and Christ. I really want to leave that mark on this world that, being a Christian and saved is not corny. You can love Christ and still have fun and still sing songs about love. So that's first and foremost. I really want to spread that message. And I really want to leave a legacy for people to know that the underdog can win and will win.
Yeah.
You just have to stay in it. I really want to inspire people to like keep going.
Yeah.
Quitting seems so easy, and I want my journey to show everybody that quitting is not an option.
Yeah.
Okay. Like
it's not.
Don't quit on yourself. That's the only time that you will fail. And I want people to know that. So yeah, that's what I want. And that's what I tell my daughter. That's what I instill in her. She runs track which is great. Sports are great for kids to learn lessons, life lessons.
Right. Discipline.
Discipline and losing.
Discipline, yes.
Like someone's losing every time. And that's such a big lesson because the greatest people in this world who we look up to play sports, and we think that, they're the GOAT. Even the GOATs, look at LeBron. He just lost.
Yeah.
The greatest to ever do it. So I really love those examples because we feel like, when we lose, we just want to throw in the towel. Like that's every day, baby. Like
right.
Losses happen every day. It's what you do after that matters.
Hello. Hello.
So,
That's what counts.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Sure.
So a couple more questions, and I think we have a even more special treat coming up with you.
Yes.
But tell us what's next for you. What are your plans for the future? Got any projects going on? Give us a scoop.
I'm working on new music right now as we speak. I'm working on a few new things. I have an EP that's going to come out sometime soon. We're working out kinks. It's already done. I'm just working on the rollout, and I did it with these producers in Rome. So like, it's going to open up a whole new space for me because it's this overseas market. I've been working with them for almost 2 years now, just building
Nice.
catalogs of music and doing sync work, which is like when your music plays on commercials or ads and stuff like that. So we've been working on a lot of music for those opportunities. So that EP is going to be coming out really soon. It's a very different sound from me. It's called breakbeat, so it's like
Okay.
more like dance music, but
Yeah.
it's really great. Like they found me on social media from me selling my hooks, and they were like, "We have these tracks that we need a vocalist. We think you'll be great." And it was this sound that I don't sing, but that I love because
Yes.
I love EDM dance music. Like I
Yes.
listen to it all the time. So it's more in that
Yes.
space, but it's really fun. So that's coming out. I'm working on a new just personal project for me. So we're like creating records right now.
Nice.
I have some performances coming up towards the end of the year. September 27th, I'll be in St. Louis. So if you're from St. Louis and you're paying attention to this, I'll be back. I will never abandon y'all. September 27th, I'll be there for the World Chess Hall of Fame. I'm doing some shows in September here in Atlanta too. And then my husband and I are working on an event called Mixnick. It's like a mixing
Okay.
event because my husband is he's a recording engineer, and where that's on July 15th out here in St. Louis, out here in Atlanta. There'll be a conference and then a performance.
Nice.
So stay tuned for like more information on that. And so I'm still taking it as slow as I can for the rest of this year. And just building up a really big show for. Look at my family. It's my family right there.
Look at it,
Oh, my
little Myra.
family right here. Yeah, working on just coming back the strongest next year because I really want to put a tight show together.
Nice.
Something different from what you guys have seen from me so far. So
Nice.
I'll be coming out in September with some stuff, but like really next year I'm really gonna kick it up a notch. And I'm
Awesome.
just
Well,
building the building, laying the bricks.
absolutely.
It's gonna be a huge tower by the time I
Yes.
emerge.
Yes, I love it.
Yes,
Well, listen, keep me posted.
I
Keep
will.
the Cultural Center posted. Any way that we can support you, any way that I can support you, I will. Always
Yes.
have, always will.
Yes.
And what I normally like to end my conversations with is a statement. So I'm going to read a statement, and then I want you to repeat it and then finish the sentence.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Okay. So I am a masterpiece because.
Ooh. I am a masterpiece because I am the one and only Lydia Caesar.
Yes.
I mean, I think that's the part that people forget, like
Yeah.
that you are your superpower. Like
Yeah.
that's all. You are the only you. So being that and like living in that is
Yeah.
what's going to make you stand out the most.
Right.
Trying to be like somebody else, trying to do what other people are doing is never going to work for you. The
Yeah.
most important thing is that you are you and no one can be that. So be
Right.
you and you'll win,
Right. And
So
you'll win every
yeah.
time.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, this has been absolutely amazing. Thank you so, so much. I think we have another special treat from you.
Yes. I'm excited. So I'm going to perform for you guys. I'm going to do a live performance right now of the title track of my most recent EP, Legendary Love, which I love. This song is out. It's one of my favorite songs, and it basically just says like, listen, you are a masterpiece and you deserve a legendary love. If you've been doing the self-work, you don't deserve nobody's scraps. Okay? You deserve the most legendary of loves. And don't settle for anything less than that because you can have it. Gotta wet the whistle.
Yes.
All right. And let me play this track. I'm doing it all today, y'all.
That's what we got to do sometimes.
Yes, that's what you got to do. All right. Let me put a little bit of hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. All right. We got a little bit of reverb going on. Hello, check, 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 check. Okay. And let me play the track.
And while she's getting that together, make sure you leave your comments.
Everybody want to feel this type of love, but we built this type of love from the ground up. Brick by brick, we built a house that they can't get in, built a life that will never end. It was written in the stars before we began, like an epic love song. They gon' sing our names forever, etched in stone together. They gon' write about us when we gone. The good, the bad, the lessons make us better. Love like this is high up on a throne. They won't forget us, no, no, never. This legendary love. Hey, legendary love. Oh, this legendary love. They won't forget us, legendary love. Oh, time has a way of breaking people's hearts. The love don't last, the pieces shatter. They move on like the love don't matter. That could never be us. We can't do what everybody else does. The world gon' see you and me, gon' make it through whatever. Oh, like an epic love song, they gon' sing our names forever, etched in stone together. They gon' write about us when we gone. The good, the bad, the lessons make us better. Love like this is high up on a throne. They won't forget us, no, no, never. This legendary love. Legendary love. Oh, this legendary love, good love, good love. Legendary love. Oh, they'll tell stories about our phenomenal love. No matter what they threw in our way, we still overcame. Our love stayed strong. They gon' write about us when we gone. The good, the bad, the lessons make us better. Love like this is high up on a throne. No, they won't forget us. No, no, never. This legendary love. Hey, legendary love. Oh, this legendary love, 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 love. Legendary love. Legendary love.
Woo! Virtual round of applause. That is amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your talent with us, Lydia. I love you. We love you. Yes.
I love that. Thank you so much for having me. This was so amazing. I love the questions. I love the, just the opportunity to be able to share more than just the music, These conversations are important. So
absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Anytime. And I will always find a way to highlight you, no matter where I'm working. I'm like, I got to make sure I highlight my girl, Lydia. So
thank you. I love that.
I support you. I celebrate you. Absolutely. Well, we have some time for a couple questions. I know some people have made some comments. One is dope. She's dope. We got some hand clapping. I love listening to you too when you and your daughter were singing.
Thank you.
Our founder and chairman, Dr. Amelia Ross Hammond, says, Lydia, This was inspirational, and listening to this mother-daughter duo is simply marvelous.
Wow.
So that, yeah, absolutely
Great.
amazing.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so
Very positive and
much.
uplifting from our board secretary, Cheryl Davidson. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat. But I just want to take a time once again to just thank you for joining us. Every time I call, you know, you're always like, if I'm free, I'm going to make
I
it
will
work.
do it.
So
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
appreciate you.
I appreciate the opportunity, and to everyone who tuned in, thank you, thank you, thank you. We had a time tonight.
Yes, we had a time tonight.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right. Well, thank you all so much once again for joining us for another installation of our Virtual Artist Masterpiece Series. I want to take a moment to also thank our sponsors once again, Dominion Energy, the Virginia Beach Cultural Affairs Arts and Humanities Commission. And with that, there is a match with their donation. And some of our top givers are Hanbury and Townbake. So we want to shout them out as well. Thank you to our hard-working, dedicated board of directors. I want to especially thank Dr. James Bonds, who presented today and did a call to action for membership. If you are not following us on any of our social, please do so. Facebook, Instagram. We're also on LinkedIn, so make sure you follow us, like, and subscribe. Please, 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 please consider becoming a member. All of your donations and your membership dollars do support the work that we're doing as we continued on our journey to opening. And then stay tuned for our June Virtual Masterpiece Artist Series featuring comedic actor Zeus Top Rope Campbell. So make sure you stay tuned. We do have a survey. We're going to go ahead and put that link up on the screen. I think we also have a QR code. Please consider filling out the survey. That's how we improve our programs. Let us know what you think. What can we improve on? What did you really enjoy and appreciate? And just once again, thank you all for joining us. Thank you for joining us. We hope you have a wonderful evening. And Lydia, thank you again.
Yes.
Love you, girl.
I'm family forever. I'm going to
come
visit y'all in Virginia.
Yes. We're going to make it happen.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
Awesome. Take care. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
One by one, we plant the seeds to our stories. Just begun. Our loves begin. But our sun become, and darkness, everything. Love's lost in the wind. If you hurt me one more time, I don't know if we'll survive. Hold me close, don't push me away. I know you're afraid, so am I. Don't know when we got here. I can't explain how I let you in my heart. You're tearing it out, colder, darker, bitter. Please don't make me that girl that won't ever love again. I don't want a hard, no. I gave my all, let down my guard. I'm trying to save what's left to me. God knows I gave the best to me. I still wanna believe in love, yeah. Trying to find the fight in me. Won't let you take the light from me. Still gotta believe in love. I don't want a hard heart. One by one, the petals fall from the rose we had. Young love, time spent under the moon on those summer nights in June. But the winter came with a rage, storms every day. If you break me one more time, this love will not survive. I'm on the edge, don't push me away. I know you're afraid, so am I. Don't know when we got here. I can't explain how I let you in my heart. You're tearing it out, colder, darker, bitter. I can't be that girl who won't love again. I don't want a hard heart, no. with the best of me. I still wanna believe